Hey everyone! So I was inspired to make this video while watching a YouTube video a few minutes ago. So this one's not really prepared, but I hope that the message hits somebody. Um, so I was watching a Dr. Phil episode about eating disorders, and basically they were introducing this one character. Well, not character, because she's a real person, but this one person. And you know how like they always have like down in the bottom like a little description about the person or like their relationship to another person, like that whole thing. Well, so it was the main girl, and it said, okay, Jessica, anorexic, who weighs X amount of pounds, and they listed the number. Um, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking how like that's so weird that they did that. Like, why wouldn't they just say diagnosed with anorexia nervosa? They described her as an anorexic who weighed this amount, and I was like, that's kind of really weird. And then I kept on watching, and her cousin um, came onto the show because she's also anorexic. So basically, it was like it had her name. I forget what her name is offhand. Sorry if you're watching this, but so her name came up, and then it said anorexic beneath, and I was like thinking about how weird that was that they listed the other girl's weight. And then it was leading me to think, I have a weird thought process, but so it was leading me to think about how many people, when they think about eating disorders, they think about um, basically weight and numbers and like how eating disorders are all about wanting to be thin, wanting to be pretty, wanting to weigh X amount of pounds. And that is a part of it. But one thing that really hit me, just like seeing them list that to somebody who like doesn't know anything about eating disorders, they might watch that and think, okay, well, because she weighs this much, she obviously has an eating disorder. But it's not about that. It doesn't matter how much you weigh. I have an eating disorder, and I have always been in a healthy weight range. Um, if you are like in an overweight category, you can still be anorexic based on the way that your eating disorder is presenting itself, because you might not be underweight, but if you lose a drastic amount of weight in a short period of time, um, that's a sign that something's going on. Um, but so I was thinking about that and how like everyone always thinks that um, you only have an eating disorder because you want to be thin and you want to be pretty and you want to fit in type of thing. And I just want to say, I want to quote this one movie. It's it's For the Love of Nancy, which stars Tracy Gold, who, for those of you who don't know, is a recovered anorexic. But in the story, she is playing this girl named Nancy, and at one point she is put in the hospital. And the parents go to the doctor and they're like, we don't understand, like, why is she doing this to herself? Why is she starving herself? And the doctor says, starving herself isn't the disease, it's the symptom. And I love that line. Like, starving herself isn't the disease, it's the symptom. I think that that basically sums it up, because eating disorders, yes, weight and food are processed into it, but it's not focusing on when you reach this certain weight, then you'll have an eating disorder. The eating disorder is the thoughts and the emotions and how you react to what goes on in your life. And just because, like, some people will be like, okay, well, I was diagnosed with anorexia or bulimia or something on this date, and that's when I had the illness. But it's like, no, you didn't have the illness then. That was when they say you fit all of the criteria. But the eating disorder builds up over years. It can start out like when you're a child, just like some small thing that happens, and then just like starts slowly building up. Um, but so I, as I was watching this documentary, and they said what her weight was, I was like, to somebody watching this, they might be under the impression that um, you have to weigh a certain amount to have an eating disorder, but or you have to like binge and purge every single day or multiple times a day, or with binge eating disorder, you need to eat obsessively every single minute of the day, basically. But it's not that. The fact is that your eating will be distorted, obviously, because that's one thing that plays into an eating disorder, but that's not the underlying issue. The underlying issue is from trauma that might have occurred to you. It's from not knowing how to deal with your emotions. It can be various different things. But so I just wanted to point that out about how eating disorders don't have to deal with weight and food, and that's not the issue. You can't just be like, I'm going to get to my healthy goal weight, which everyone should um, like try and stay in a goal weight, a healthy goal weight, not the opposite goal weight. But so like you need to get the body healthy. But the thing is, you could be at a recovered weight for a long period of time, but still be anorexic because of your thoughts and the disease that's playing a part in your head. I was actually just reading the book Goodbye Ed, Hello Me by Jenny Schaefer, and she was talking about how she reached a normal weight, and that was when she was at her lowest in her eating disorder, because although she wasn't anorexically emaciated like everybody would think of somebody with an eating disorder, she was so wrapped up in the disorder and the disease itself, and that was like what really affected her. So basically, the point of me making this video is just talking about how you guys, you don't need to be a certain weight to have an eating disorder. You have to, like, for those of you who think eating disorders are only about food and you should just eat like a sandwich and get better. I know an anorexic who ate a sandwich every single day, and that's the only thing she ate. But she ate a sandwich because everyone always says, eat a sandwich, you'll get better. Well, so she ate a sandwich to prove to them that you can eat a sandwich every day and still have anorexia, still have an eating disorder. Um, that's it for this video, guys. I know it's a lot in one. I was just getting really excited. So my other video will be up soon, the second part of Revive Your Confidence challenge, and I hope that you guys try that out. Yeah, okay. Subscribe, guys, if you aren't already. Okay,